Hello guys, welcome back. And today we will be looking at scenes in Tap Engine. We will look at what is a scene and how to create a scene and how to use a scene in our project. So first of all, I would like to show you guys this. So when we say a scene, what is a scene? A scene can be used to create levels. A scene can be used to create a single player or anything. Basically, a scene is made up of nodes. I hope maybe you don't understand nodes and you'll come up and you'll be familiar with nodes very soon. A scene basically is made up of nodes, and a scene can have only one or more nodes in it. See, and a scene also can be made up of nodes to create a full level. So etc. can do a lot of things with scenes, and what we can understand now is that a scene can be made up of nodes to create a full level, meaning a scene can be used as a level. You can create everything in the scene. You can add your platform, your player, your obstacles, your enemies in one scene to create a full level. A scene can do something like that. And a scene also can have only one or more nodes in it. You can have a scene which is just your player in it, and the player can consist of other nodes like the arm, the gun, the head, like those parts, and that also can be referred to as a scene. So we have a player scene which has a lot of nodes in it. We have a node for representing the head, we have a node for representing the hands, and we have a node for representing the waist, and we have a node for representing the leg. And this all comes together to form your player, and it is made up of individual nodes. And you can create just something like this with your scene or in your scene, and you can save it as a scene and it will be just like this. You can create something like this and you can use it as your player. Just creating the player in your scene, you can create a player like this. And also, let's see another example. Let's say we have a car scene. We have created a car scene. That car scene can have a vehicle body 2D node and also a wheel joint node and another wheel joint node. And all these things are nodes which makes up our car object or car scene. And this scene consists of only 3 nodes, which is the vehicle body, the wheel joint, and the other wheel joint. All this is inside that scene. Let's see another example. And also, as I already said, a scene can be used to create a level, and you can have a whole lot of nodes in it. You see, this is the car node we already saw, which has 3 other nodes in it. This is the car scene we saw, which has other nodes in it. And in this scene, it is used in this scene. You see a car node consisting of other nodes and a tree node consisting of other nodes. Hope this illustration will let you understand what and how scenes can work in Tap Engine. So a scene can be used to create a level. You can create everything with a scene. Since you can create a player scene consisting of a head node, a hand node, a waist node, and a leg node, that is the same thing you can do to create a tree node, a house node, a vehicle node, and a platform node inside the scene. So I hope you understand this one too. And right now we can move on to creating or doing it in Tap Engine. So let's head back to Tap Engine. So right now we are inside the Tap Engine editor, and let's try to create a new scene. So we tap on it, the scene button, and let's get familiar with the interface of the scene tab or scene button. This button here lets you create a new scene. It has the import scene. Let's say you have a scene and you want to import inside, and here you can open scenes and you can also save scenes all. So this button is used to create a new scene. And this button here it is used to create nodes. Has a lot of nodes here used to create the nodes inside your scene. See, we have the animated sprites node and so on. And this button here is also used to import like nodes you have on your storage. You see, this is my storage area. So if you have a node or you have a scene you want to import or a node you want to import, you can use this button to import your node. And this button is your file manager. Let's say you have a scene here. When you have a scene here and you want to import it to this one too, does the same thing. And we have the as. This means you save it as you are saving your scene, or you save it all at once. And this button, you see there is a warning popping up. This button is used to see all the nodes inside your scene. If you want to see all the nodes inside your scene, we use this button and it will take you there. But right now, since we doesn't have any node inside our scene, or we haven't created any scene, this is why we are getting this error message. So let's try to create a new scene. So you tap on the plus button and we will create a node. We will select the node and then select the create. So once we have created it, we need to save, and we will have to type a name for our scene. So I will type, let's say, player scene. And then I tap OK, and I have to tap the save button, and now it is created. We have created a scene. So it's just that simple as that. And right now that we have created a scene, we need to create nodes inside it, and we need to see the nodes inside our scene. So you select this scene, and then we will select this button here, which will take us to our scene nodes in our scene. So let's get familiar with this interface. Here we have this pen to button, which lets you do options on your node. Let's say you have selected your node and you want to rename it. You can rename it here. If you want to copy it, you can copy it here. You want to delete it, you can delete it here. And you can use this move up and move down buttons to let's say, move your node up. In the meantime, you get used to all these things in the next coming tutorials. And if you want to add it to a group, you can enable or toggle all these buttons. So, and the next button is the add or create new node or add child node. This is where you create nodes. So when you select it, we have all these options here. You have add child node, instance child node, reparent, change type, merge from scene, and we have all these options here for you also. And this button here is the property tab or property button for your node. Let's say you have this node here and you want to change its position, you want to change its rotation, you want to scale it. Where do you do all these things? Let's say you are coming from Unity or any other game engine. When you select a game object, its properties or how to set it up appears on the right side, and this is the button for it. When you select your node here and you select it, the options appear here. And as you can see, here are the options for it. And this is basically a node. We haven't created any node yet. This is why the options or the properties are limited, and we will see to it. So and this is the button to get to your tree node or your to see the objects in your scene. This is where you select it. And this is the script button. When you have selected, you want to attach a script to a node, you select the node and then you tap on this button. It will add a script to that node. And this area also is the signal. This is the most important thing I love about Tap Engine. This is the signal button. When you tap on it, let's say you want to do something like when you have a button and you want to when the player tap on the button, let's say on button click, this is where it comes so handy. You don't have to do any coding, any hard coding thing. You just have to come to the signals tab here, and it has all the functions you need, and you can use it. You come to know signals. It is a very nice topic, and we will look at it and how to connect signals to our nodes. And you also have this button here, which is for the groups. This is for the groups button. Let's say you want to add your node to a group, then you can do it here. As we are going on, you get to know what groups are and how important it is to use in your game or application. So right now, since we have this understanding, but one thing you should know is that all these options at the top here are limited, and every node has its added or different options available on the top here. So let's try to create a node. So to create a node, we will tap on this button here, and then we will tap on the add child node, and let's add a sprite for so let's say you are looking for it, you can't find it, then you have to type it here. So I'll be looking for sprite, so I'll type sprite, and as soon as I typed it, you see all the nodes with that keywords came here, and we have our sprite here. So I will select it, and then I'll tap on the add child, and right now we have a sprite node. So let's see, and here is our sprite node in our 2D view or 2D scene. So as I told you already, let's say you have this sprite node here, and you want to change the picture or the sprite of this sprite. This is the default image of the sprite. So in case like that, this is where you come to the property tab, and this sprite property tab is this button. So when I tapped it, you see now we have a lot of options here to play with, and you see we have texture, and now we have the texture here, and I can change the image. So I will tap load, and I can tap on, I can select this image, and then I'll select OK. Oh, sorry, resource not found. So let me try another one. Let's see this one. Oh, come on. Let me try another one. Oh, come on. So as I was saying, this is where you set up your node properties. So you can flip it. You can flip it on the edge, and then do a lot of things with your node here. So let's say you want to change its position on the x-axis. You can do it here. As you can see, it's moving. See, so this is how to create a scene and create a node in Tap Engine. Hope this lesson is very important to you, or it will do a lot of things for you. So to recap, let's do just one more thing. You see there is a new buttons here, a new options here. As you can see, new options here, and this is basically when you select this one, this is the move tool, and this is the rotate tool, and this is the scale tool. So let's say when you select it, you can move your object in the scene or in the editor and place it wherever that you want. And you can select the rotate tool, and then you can rotate your node or object anyhow you want it. And you can scale your object with this button, you see, and this comes in handy for you in case you want to do these operations. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you again. Bye.